Alright, so this time we're actually gonna go against the big boss himself. The the guild we already got rid of these other two guys, so now we're gonna go for the big boss. Um, so his abilities are needs more Daka. He faces one of six directions and just um, he marks three ranges, everything in front of him, and then deals four times 454 to 680 projectile damage. That's, I believe, 20%, 15% pierce ratio. Um, then and then anyone who's next to him takes four extra damage, and his friendly orcs receive 50% fewer hits. Then we got the Great Wog. Uh, he's This is just a summon. He summons more orcs that gain plus one movement, plus one hit on their melee this turn. Regular summons. Then we got Here We Go, which we mentioned last time. This one is the annoying ability because it just runs through your team and makes you have to um, reposition. Otherwise, you take a lot of damage. That's 1134 to 1362. Direct damage, which is 100% pierce ratio, similar to Psyker without the bounce. And then anyone that's hits with this gets stunned, and anyone that dies gets overkilled always. Then we got properly, since we got rid of the bosses and we're still at the what's this thing, the epic rarity. We were able to remove all hits, so this one doesn't really do anything, but every hit deals 60% of the max health on power damage, and it each target hit gets stunned by one round. It targets the highest health, the highest unit with the units with the highest health, and then anyone adjacent to them in three hexes, I believe, gets also slammed. Um, Then we got Prophet of Gork and Mork. After getting attacked 7 times during the turn, he takes 90% less damage until the end of that turn. So be careful with summons because they will just not let you do enough damage to him where it matters. If you're able to have 7 units on the field, and with that do all the hits like with the at max, it's really good. Um, and then any adjacent orcs. This is just above the boss is watching. They ignore battle fatigue and get plus 20% damage. So let's get to it. Okay. So for Ghazkull, what we want to take is this guy. Um, I'm gonna take Athana this time instead of Mataneo because they're basically at the same point in armor and health. I mean, I know Mataneo has extra 60 armor and extra 200 health, but at this point that it doesn't matter. They both die. So at least Athana gives an extra buff to everyone around her within 2 hexes. Her passive gives them an extra 85 damage on their hits, and then that it raises the crit chance by 19%. And then any Aldari that's affected by this gets an extra 64 damage, which affects mainly Aldrion and, in my case, Malgan Ra, who's my, I guess, heaviest hitter, since his crits deal a stupid amount of damage if they hit and if he doesn't move the previous turn. Then obviously we need to take Bellator because he's a tank. Anyone else again just dies in 1 or 2 hits. We're taking Ragnar because he still hasn't gotten nerfed, so still pretty good in guild rates. With that Warhowl, let's see how that works out. I feel like this isn't it because it's a very small space, but this is what I got, and I think this is what's gonna do the most damage. Maybe. Let's see. Recommendations to take against him. I guess a lot of piercing would be good. You know, does a lot of extra damage. Guys that can tank. If you have him at higher level, that's good. At this point, the best advice I can give is have the characters at least silver or rare 2. Yeah, I think silver 2. So they can hit, so they can take 2 hits at least, and preferably you really need to have them at gold at this point. On the next boss, it's probably not even gonna matter to have him at gold 1, but that's something. So let's move this guy. I would like to have him up here, but he's just gonna die if I do so. So let's move him over here. Still hit him. Then we got Bellator over there. That was not what I wanted to do. We move Ragnar in there, I guess. With Warhowl. And then Athana, I'll put her right here, because she can't hit either way, so I'd rather just get her out of the way. And then Eldron, he's at silver, he shouldn't die, but he probably will, because he's basically a mage, so very little armor. It's likewise with Malgan Ra, you just need him to be away from everyone so that he's not targeted with everyone, and he can stay in the same spot. So see, 9571, and that's because I used Warhowl, which raised the crit by an extra 34%, and then plus 31% extra damage on my hits up to 608 for everyone that only has melee. Then Saga of the Reborn, because he charged, he gets 2 extra hits. He already does 7, that's 9. Then we got Eldron behind them, who's doomed for every single hit that Ragnar is doing, which again we're at 9. He deals an extra 304 damage. So you do the math on that one. And then we got Athana behind as well, within range, who gives him an extra 85 damage, and then an extra crit chance by 19%, which puts him on a very, very pretty 78% chance to crit on every single hit. Every single crit deals an extra 355 damage. So again, a lot of damage. Let's see how it goes. Bellator, I don't remember how much he did, but right here we're already at 17,000 damage. He was going to do 9,000. Bellator was at most going to do about 1,000 damage, 2,000. So right there, that was just again Ragnar getting combined with everything. So then just hit with this guy, and then we hit with this guy. Oh, 1 crit. Ooh, look at that. So he doesn't have to move. I could put him up here, but I'm afraid he's gonna move out of range again. And if I leave him here, that puts his crit at 69%, which is also a lot. It's not as much as 78, but it's still a lot, and it's a very nice number, I must say. So move Ragnar over here. I'll run over here. And then... Ooh, no, I want to crit. I want to boost Malgan Ra here. So she can go here, and then Bellator has to go over here in the back. Oh, actually, I could have put him over here. Well, see, positioning is also very important. So let's hit. It's no damage. So that's an extra 6,000, something like that. 8,000. Then another. Then another. See, she does very little damage, and then Aldrion like 1,000 as well. Morgan Raw. Let's see how it goes. Oh, on crit. And let's put it over here so we can appreciate the crits a bit better. Then we got this thing. Let's put the fire. I know he's gonna hit over here, so let's put him over there. Oh, beautiful. See, I still don't have to move Morgan Raw, which is just perfect. He's in range. I believe that they can move. Let me just double check though. Ghazkull faces one of 6 directions, loads up Mork's roar, and as he prepares to open fire on an area in range 3 in front of him. At the beginning of his next turn, all units... Okay, so not right now. So we can move Aldrion over here. Athana... No, she can hit as well, just not from up here because she'll die. So let's put her over here. Then... Oh, you... Working. Oh yeah, not there. Yeah, that's stupid. I would not put him there. Let's say here so he can get the crit bonus. He is gonna get hit a lot. Hopefully he doesn't die. If he dies, I'll be sad, but you know, we take some risks. And then we get Bellator over here in the back, so that he doesn't get hit, and he can hit. And then we throw some more fire at him. That's right there. He blocked a few of them. And then... Oh, there we go. 20,000 damage right there. Morgan Raw. Look at those muscles. There's no muscle. Then Athana. Okay. Then Ragnar. Okay. Then Bellator. Okay. And then Aldrion. Alright. Oh, there we go. He survived. What? Oh. Okay, he didn't die. He can't hit from there, so he has to move. He doesn't have to die next turn, so... Dubious choices, but we'll do it. So we'll move this guy here. Aldrion needs to be close to this guy, so that it hits. That won't buff anymore. Okay. How many is it gonna be? An extra 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my poor guy might... Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. And that's fine. I want to believe that's fine. So then we get Ragnar in here, and we can use Bellator over there, so he gets rid of everyone else. Aldrion hits. Ragnar hits. Hits, and next turn he dies. There we go. Everyone moves. There we go. Okay. Then this guy can go here. Ragnar can move out of the way. And then she doesn't have to hit. Because he got hit 1, 2, 3 times already, leaving me 4 more hits. That's fine. Veltor, Ragnar, Long and Raw, 1 crit. Then that guy. And then some more fire over here. Oh, he dead. Well, you know, he survived this long, so that's cool. Let's go over here. I fucked it up. Let's go over here. So Bellator, you always want him next to these guys, preferably in the middle of them, but you know, you do what you can. Hit, 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 and finally the fire. So the reason you don't throw the fire on top of him is because he charges and then he moves back to hit someone. If he doesn't have someone in range, he charges another ability. Yep, that's about it for Ghazkull Mach Uruk Thraka. Thank you, and please use the friend code if you can.